Greetings everybody, this is my introduction video. I decided to do a video. I do have a script, so you can look at the script if you want. It's just my script. But in case I forgot to say something, you can see it there. My name's Jorge, though many people also call me Chef. That really reflects my background as a professional background as an entrepreneur and in the culinary business and hospitality business, and also as a teacher. So either Jorge or Chef is fine. I have a very diverse family, rooted in Puerto Rico. And so I really follow a strong Puerto Rican culture, which has shaped my values and my perspectives. Obviously, it also reflects my philosophy of health, family, charity, and wealth. I spent much of my childhood and high school, up through high school, in upstate New York. Surrounded by the Catskills and the Adirondacks and the Berkshires. I grew up in such a beautiful and varied landscape. Even though it was in a small city, most of the outer areas, I can get almost anywhere with 10 minutes. And start engaging in all kinds of activities, fishing, hiking, camping. My father, who grew up on a farm, installed a lot. Certainly into my siblings and myself, a deep respect for nature and the importance of living in harmony with the land. So, farming and growing our own food was really big for him, real big time. So we did a lot of that. And for 30 years, I've been involved in sustainable practices and food justice initiatives. This includes working with urban communities to create pathways for students and parents and developing skills in these areas. I did a lot of work in the South Central LA area, which, I can't really talk about everything, but I mean, we were feeding kids from scratch, real food, 400 every day. And so it really gets long and involved. It's great conversation. And also as a college instructor in sustainable hospitality management and culinary arts. Again, there we go, chef, that's why the chef. I designed the sustainable curriculum for the business CTE certificate programs, which are going on today. It's really a growing program, and happy to see its success. We were one of the first to actually start teaching culinary arts and hospitality management as a sustainable option. Anyhow, I'm also passionate about artificial intelligence. That's why I'm doing this. It's just a huge change in the world, and it's going to affect a lot of people, and it's going to affect a lot of tools that we can use to generate more information. So anyway, it's potential for advancing sustainable education and projects is huge. Recently, I released a second edition of my textbook for CTE business program, and which includes an AI-driven answer key that will support or does support the student literacy and creativity, which is so important, certainly in this arena where students are coming in that aren't really confident. And so we get a lot of students, young students, or students coming back into the educational realm. So far so good. It's been working. It just came out the first semester and it worked out pretty well. My hope is that my experiences and background will foster collaborative, dynamic learning community for us, as well. I am eager to learn from others, particularly whatever your personal experiences and research may be, to enrich, our collaborative knowledge and climate changes and in sustainability and local, that buy local, eat fresh, which I love doing. It's just, one of my passions is the local community. Anyhow, having been raised with this strong commitment to environment stewardship, my career in the food and hospitality industry has heightened my awareness, of the challenges posed. Industrial farming, oh my God, food waste, 60% well, I'll put it, I think it's not that high anymore, but it's minimum 12% of 50% of most food that consumers buy is thrown away. It's just, I mean, water use, hospitality related waste. I mean, I go down the list. So there's a lot of activity and a lot of items that within that industry that affects other industries. It's really the same for everyone. So yeah, I'm into that. I actively support local communities by promoting that buy local, eat fresh initiatives, which I believe can become culturally ingrained solutions over time. I'm particularly excited about how AI can be leveraged really to further my efforts or our efforts, or to encourage that sustainable or encourage sustainable practices on a broader scale. Anyhow, the Eisenstein's, I think I'm saying it right, Eisenstein's concept of the story of separation and interbeing. The opening chapters of Einstein's work was particularly thought-provoking, I thought. I appreciate that candid, critique of how the general public is often sold fear-driven, short-term solutions by the media and by politicians and even other organizations who some of them who have the right, they mean good, but it really fails to address the long-term changes necessary for real progress. And that's where this concept of separation comes in, resonates deeply with me, because it affects that growing divide between the haves and have-nots. And that's not only here, but worldwide. As I delve further into that idea of interbeing, I hope to see it, how it offers, how he offers, or a viable framework for fostering that culture of unity. One where the planet and its inhabitants work together toward a shared vision, or as he says, love of the planet. If you have to love the planet and how it is as a living item in order to make change and work as one. So it's interesting, the notion that the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few, which we've heard a million times, right, is particularly compelling, because and he didn't say that, but that's kind of my view of it. That cause and effect, especially when viewed through the lens of a global cultural transformation, but I think also locally too. So I'm still thinking about all this. I currently live in the Odam Jued, I think I'm saying that right, territory, having moved to the Phoenix area full-time 6 months ago. One of the striking observations for climate that really kind of like, whoa, I've made this is this observation that there's a lack of monsoon rains this past season, and during that last season it was really hot, so the clouds seemed to bypass. I would sit back here and here comes the clouds, and they bypass the whole city, it seems like. And I think it's due to and I suspect that it's due to the heat and smog bubble that we created here, right? The city's hot, the overall temperatures are higher than usual, and extensive concrete development may contribute to this phenomenon. Well, I don't have scientific knowledge on this, or data to confirm my thoughts, that we created this bubble, heat and smog bubble. It's an area of concern that I hope to explore further with my daughter, certainly if it happens again next summer. Then I'm going to be like, okay, there's something wrong here. Anyhow, that's all I have to say. Thank you for listening. I look forward to working with y'all and creating, great ideas in the sustainable world. So thank you so much for listening. Cheers.